What's up, guys? Mike here, and today we're going to talk about one of my favorite young players in the NBA, Karl Anthony Towns. Now, basically, if you are a fan of the NBA, you know Karl Anthony Towns is a beast. He was the Rookie of the Year this year. He averaged 18 and 10. I think we can all agree that he's going to be a special player. But what you might not know is just how unique Cat's rookie season was, and how unique the situation he is in now really is. I honestly believe that one day Cat will be the best player in the NBA and an NBA legend on the level of Tim Duncan. And to understand why I think this, we first need to look at a story about Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett is a man that is so intense, so competitive, that in 2009 he had to be forbidden to practice by Doc Rivers. This was a big deal for KG, a man who believed that missing a single play of a single workout was a sign of weakness. And so as practice began, Garnett began to mimic Leon Poe's moves on the court, running when Poe ran, jumping when Poe jumped. He moved with such ferocity that Doc yelled at him, telling him that if he didn't cut it out, practice would be canceled for everyone. And Garnett ignored him because taking a single day off was just unacceptable. So Doc canceled practice.
Now, why am I telling you this? Because as a veteran, Kevin Garnett is currently finishing his Hall of Fame career as a mentor to Karl Anthony Towns. That sort of relationship is rare. The media would like you to believe that old players mentor young players all the time, but really, they're usually just out for themselves because they're still trying to get paid one last time. But as Cat's dad, Mr. Towns, has said to the media, the best thing to happen to Karl in his career has been Kevin Garnett.
If you ask Karl Anthony Towns what his goal in life is, it's simple: to be the best basketball player on the planet. And so when Kevin Garnett asked Towns to work out with him, he jumped at the chance. Now keep in mind, these were no ordinary workouts. By day 3 of their training sessions, Towns was so sore he could not lift his arms, let alone shoot a basketball. At this point, Tayshaun Prince pulled Towns aside and told him to stop trying to beat KG, believing that no one could match KG's intensity. But Towns proved him wrong. Practice after practice, 2 members of the Timberwolves were usually found working longer than anyone else. One was Garnett, the other was Karl Anthony Towns. Each day was something different. Jump shots one day, post hooks the next. The only constant was the screams of Garnett, pushing Towns to unlock his potential, pushing him like he'd pushed so many teammates before. The list of players who have shrunk under Garnett's constant, relentless work ethic is a long one. Glenn Big Baby Davis, Mason Plumlee, Patrick O'Brien, the list goes on. And that's because the rules of KG's workouts are simple. Take one day off, take one workout off, and Garnett is done with you.
Which is why one season later, the sight of KG working with Towns is very telling. Cat has proven to KG that he does what it takes and that he's willing to work his ass off to become the best. But to be the best, you also need talent, and that's something that Cat is not lacking.
In his first season in the NBA at the young age of 20, Karl Anthony Towns averaged 18.3 points, 10.5 rebounds, and 1.7 blocks per game. While these numbers are clearly remarkable for a rookie, to better understand them, we need to put them into a historical context to see just how rare Cat's rookie season was. According to basketballreference.com, the only 8 players who have averaged more than 18 points, 10 rebounds, and 1.5 blocks per game in their rookie seasons are David Robinson, Tim Duncan, Shaquille O'Neal, Hakeem Olajuwon, Alonzo Mourning, Eldon Brand, Ralph Sampson, and Karl Anthony Towns. Just looking at this list, Cat is already in some elite company. Everyone here was at least an all-star, and many are Hall of Famers. What's even more impressive is that Karl is just 20 years old, while almost everyone else on this list spent more years in college and thus were older and more experienced for their rookie year.
And the thing is, Towns' stats are not the only thing that's impressive about him. The most impressive thing might be his style of play.
In the modern NBA, where three-pointers have emerged not just as a weapon but as a necessity, Karl Anthony Towns has become the perfect model for the new kind of center. I've already told you how he can score, rebound, and block shots, but he can do so much more. He can shoot the 3, as demonstrated by the fact that he knocked down 30 this season while shooting 34% from 3. Remember the 7 other players I named before? None of them made more than 1 3-pointer in their rookie year. He can dribble and he can pass, as evidenced by the fact that he won the skills challenge, becoming the tallest skills challenge champion of all time. He is a modern all-around player living in the body of a mere 7-footer. In a league where Draymond Green has emerged as a legitimate star at center due to his ability to defend big men, Towns has the chance to take the center position to the next level. He can become the first actual center who can make threes, handle the ball, run the offense, and defend every position.
At this young of an age, the sky is really really the limit. But of course, in the NBA, a lot of your future success is dictated by your teammates and your organization. Would we remember Scottie Pippen as one of the best small forwards of all time if he didn't play with Michael Jordan and won 6 championships? Would James Worthy have been given the nickname Big Game James if he wasn't catching passes from Magic Johnson? And would Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili both seem destined for the Hall of Fame if not for Tim Duncan? Probably not. And so you see that having good teammates matters a lot.
And luckily for Karl Anthony Towns, he has great teammates. At the young age of 21, Andrew Wiggins is coming off a season in which he averaged close to 21 points per game. Only 34 other players in the history of the NBA have put up those scoring numbers at that young of an age. And so it seems clear that Towns already has his wingman for the rest of the decade. He also might already have the perfect third option on his team already in 20-year-old Zach LaVine. After this year's All-Star break, LaVine averaged 16.4 points per game while shooting nearly 45% from 3. He's incredibly athletic, has a great work ethic, and seems determined to one day become an All-Star. So add Wiggins and LaVine to the multiple other assets the Timberwolves hold, such as Chris Dunn and Ricky Rubio, and the Timberwolves already have the beginning of a championship foundation, which means in the future, as the Timberwolves continue to grow and have success, they will be the prime destination for any free agent. And so I'm asking you nicely, please, Minnesota Timberwolves front office, do not screw this up.
And so Cat has great teammates, he has the talent. The only thing really left is to have a great coach, because coaches in the NBA can often be incompetent, to put it lightly. Just look at DeMarcus Cousins. He hasn't had a good coach his whole career, and I think it's had a real effect on his maturity, development, and career in general.
Which is why Karl Anthony Towns is in such a unique spot with his new coach. Sure, Tibbs had a rough last year with the Bulls and has a reputation for playing certain players a few too many minutes. These few flaws aside, Tibbs has also proven to be one of the best coaches in the NBA in his time coaching, as well as possibly the best defensive coach in the league. He's already won a Coach of the Year award, he's the fastest coach in NBA history to win 100 games, and he was a key factor in Boston's defensive plan on Kobe Bryant in the 2008 NBA Finals and ultimately their championship victory. On top of all of this, the man lives and breathes basketball. He is absolutely obsessed with the game. In the last year, he took a break from coaching a team and instead visited some of the all-time coaching legends at practice, soaking in knowledge and becoming a better coach himself. This list includes Spurs coaching legend Greg Popovich, which is fitting because the success of Pop and Tim Duncan is the best possible outcome for the pairing of Tibbs and Cat.
And the thing is, I think multiple championships is a real possibility. I think the combination of Karl Anthony Towns' talent, his teammates, his coaching is all very rare. But of course, he has a long journey to go before that happens, and I'm very, very excited to see it. And thank you guys for watching so much. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you're already a subscriber, you know I love you guys. You know I appreciate your support so much. Thank you so much. If you haven't subscribed already, this is a basketball channel. I make basketball content, so if you love basketball, I think you'll love this channel. I make NBA what ifs, I do conspiracies, I do basketball history, I do a whole lot here. So if you want to subscribe, I'd love to have you. And one more quick note, I did use a lot of the Kevin Garnett, Karl Anthony Towns relationship research from an article from Jackie McMullen. I'm linking it down in my description. I just want to give her credit where credit is due. And as always, guys, have an awesome day and cue the music.